think that's good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, let me grab that pit droid. Sometimes these are kind of hard to get to stand. I'll say it's easier to get SEBULBA to stand on his hands than it is to get this pit droid to stand. There we go. I think I got it. Cool. Well, that looks pretty fun. Hello! Today on the channel, we're going to be unboxing SEBULBA. This is a Star Wars The Black Series figure from HASBRO. Of course, it's the Phantom Menace, only number 6 in the Phantom Menace. So happy to be finally getting Phantom Menace characters. I honestly didn't think we would ever see SEBULBA in the Black Series, but man, if SEBULBA's here, why can't we do a Watto? Have him come with a little flight stand. Just a little cheap flight stand, that'd be cool. Yeah, Nute Gunray, Rune Haku, Captain Tarpals, some other Gungan, warriors. I mean, there's so many characters that could be done, and I would be all for it. So hopefully we see more and more. We'll see. Hopefully this isn't just like throw this out there and see if anybody buys it. And it doesn't do well. I hope it does well, and I hope we see more Phantom Menace characters. That would be amazing. All right, there's the front of the box. Let's go ahead and flip it to the back. Looking pretty good. Flip it to the first side with the window. Black Series on the bottom. Next side's going to be your Galaxy artwork. Looking pretty sweet. Pod Racer above. Love it. Alright, top is just black. That's just how it is. Bottom's barcode and legalese. Gonna pull into this barcode just in case you need it for anything. There it is. Alright, let's set it here. Pull the camera back. Get a little closer look at everything on the outside of the box, and then we'll get them completely unboxed. There's your Star Wars The Black Series logo, as always, on top. And there is SEBULBA with his pod race goggle helmet. It's pretty cool. And then that, Jar Jar Binks grabbed this from a vendor and was going to eat it and didn't have enough whoopie or whatever it was. And SEBULBA, it got shot over to SEBULBA, and yeah, was going to turn Jar Jar into orange goo. Alright. Let's get a better focus here because it keeps going up. There we go. It's pretty cool that they were able to make this a Doug, make this Doug figure, the Doug character, able to walk on his hands, which is pretty sweet. It'd be pretty cool in the future because every once in a while, like in Special Edition, they added a few Dougs walking around and stuff, like even Jabba's Palace and stuff. So I'd take just a regular Jabba's Palace, Return of the Jedi Doug character. That'd be cool now that they have the mold. And there's the bottom, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, 4+ HASBRO. And then there's number 6, and where it says SEBULBA on the side. Right there. Alright, let's throw it here, literally. Get the camera in a better position. I'm going to grab my X-Acto knife to cut that piece of tape so we can get them out of this box. While I'm cutting the tape, just want to say if you're enjoying this video, if you could give it a like. If you enjoy action figure unboxings, toy hunt, shelf tours, everything fun action figure related, and you have not subscribed to Hey, What That on My Shelf, go ahead and do that, and you'll get all that goodness in your feed. Plus, if you have a fun comment, I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if I can get my finger in there. Get SEBULBA out of this box. SEBULBA! He always wins, huh? Oop. And it just kind of jumped out. Okay. That's cool. It kind of had a cover over the top. Interesting. And, let's pop them out. Boop. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I gotta see here how easy it is to get them to stand. Pretty easy. That's pretty sweet. I like that he kind of has these, I don't know, just the way the hands, okay, they got little holes so you could put the figure stands on them if you needed to. It's very well balanced. Nice. Alright. Let me get this camera in a little better position in front of Jabba's Palace here, and let's look at these accessories up close first. And I'm going to put this helmet on him here in a second too. I guess it's more of a hat. I don't know. I guess it's a helmet. I don't know. Goggle helmet. That's pretty cool. And I want to show this, and then we'll put the helmet on. So there's that little dead creature they were going to eat. I don't know what this is called. No idea. Looks like a weird Oh, he does have a mouth. Little frog dude. That's sad. He looked like a nice little dude. He did. Alright. Let's grab SEBULBA. See how this looks on his head. Okay, I see he's got ear holes. Little ear areas. So let's start there. Guess. There we go. Oh, yeah. When you get it, you get it. And it looks good. Like he's going to adjust his little goggles. That looks really good. I like it. I don't know. I'll probably leave it on my shelf. Leave him with his goggles on. It looks good. Nice. I like that. Come on, take it off. There we go. Okay. SEBULBA. Okay. I will say that my only kind of little gripe is this is fine, but I kind of wish he had you could see his teeth. I know that would have been a harder sculpt, but I was kind of when I heard him announced, I kind of wish he had this look. You know, with his teeth, kind of that grin. This is fine, you know, but I feel like because he didn't do a grin, they can reuse this now for other Doug characters. But it's still good. Still good. All right, what are we looking for articulation-wise? I feel like I need to bring the camera back a little bit. I'm kind of stuck here in the... There we go. Let's get a focus. That's better. All right, so it looks like you've got a ball joint in the bottom of the neck. You can see it kind of moving around down there. And then in the top of the neck and the bottom of the head is another ball joint. So, or is that a double ball joint? Yeah, okay, it's a double ball joint. So you got a ball joint down here and another one on here. Yeah, that works. All right, so let's do a head back, or a head looking up, I guess, which is head back. And then a head down. So you go there, and you go there, and yeah, he gets way down. Very good. A lot of range of motion there. Like it a lot. The arm. Well, I guess, is that his leg? I guess it's his arms. His legs are his hands. So his arm is a peg on a rocker there. This little pad is just like a stormtrooper or a clone trooper, the newer ones, where it's pegged into the arm, into the shoulder. So the shoulder is a peg on a rocker. He does he have a bicep cut? It's hard to tell. No, he has this little armor, but it's not a bicep cut. So there's no movement here. But up here, you've got a single joint. It is the peg on a rocker there. Get you just past 90. And then the hand, what do we look? Okay, all right, nice movement here. So we've actually got is that a double ball joint or just a ball joint? Okay, it's just a ball joint. So you've got a long rod with the ball at the end. So it gets all this extra movement. It's great. It works really well. All right, for the torso, you've got a hula hoop, so it's just a ball joint. There's just lean back, lean forward, side to side, spin it around. Very good. The legs are a little different than normal here. The ball joint is into the side instead of, well, I guess it usually goes in the side, but it's just kind of a little bit more covered up, and I don't know, it looks really good. So you've got a little, you can kind of go like this or spin it anywhere you want. Just being a ball joint, you know, got a lot of movement there. That's great. Looks like you've got a peg on a rocker there for the knee. So you can spin that if you need to, rock it out. And so he can extend his hand, arm, leg. And he can kind of pull it in because he has that other joint right here too, which is also a peg on a rocker. So that's pretty nice. The hand foot looks like an up and down, and the other one is also up and down. So yeah, really cool. I like how you can kind of like squish him in and make him punch. He's really cool. Yeah, no pins anywhere on him, so that's great. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's get him over here and get a focus. See if I can get him to stand. It's kind of a strange pose there. How do you pose him without totally exposing his private area? Let's go like this. He's gonna look over to the side. just a little too spread eagle for my taste. All right, there we go. All right, something like that looks pretty good. Let's get it in focus. Alright, there's his goggle helmet and his little foodies creature. Doesn't look like it's in focus. There we go. Alright, that's everything you get in the box of this SEBULBA figure. It's pretty sweet. Let's move away these accessories, and then I'm going to reposition SEBULBA and get some other figures next to him for scale. So maybe I can kind of go like this. Nope, that looks bad. Something like this, I guess, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to figure out how I want him to look. But as far as balancing, it's not as bad as a lot of figures to try to get him to stand. So it's pretty good. You just got to find that little balance point, and it does pretty well. Right there should do it. But it just doesn't look like the greatest pose. Oh well. It's best I'm going to do it in this short time. Let's get the camera in a better spot. Something like this. We'll get some other figures next to him. Let's get a focus. So right away, I want to go with Jar Jar Binks. He's the tallest of the figures I'm going to be sticking out right now. So there's Jar Jar next to SEBULBA. What if he's like just looking at him like, Whoopee, whoopee. And here's Anakin right here. Little Annie. How about R2-D2 next to Anakin? And something like that. And I do have a pit droid over here. I want to make sure everything's in focus. I think that's good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, let me grab that pit droid. Sometimes these are kind of hard to get to stand. I'll say it's easier to get SEBULBA to stand on his hands than it is to get this pit droid to stand. There we go. I think I got it. Cool. Well, that looks pretty fun. There is your Phantom Menace crew right there. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Okay. There is SEBULBA. Stay tuned for some posing. Thanks so much for watching.